There is no place in society for rageful rhetoric. There is no place in society for violence. There is no place in our society for threats of violence against politicians or anyone else.
A call for consequences, as many are mourning the loss of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Others are taking action, holding people accountable for what they consider to be controversial remarks online. Social media consequences is our big story today. Investigators are still piecing together details about the death of conservative activist Charlie Kirk. They're also still trying to get answers from the 22-year-old shooting suspect. And amid this investigation, officials are planning security logistics for a large weekend memorial that could include several high-level administration officials. Karen Caifa has the latest from Washington.
Vice President J.D. Vance hosting Monday's podcast episode of The Charlie Kirk Show from Washington, paying tribute to his close friend.
The thing is, every single person in this building, we owe something to Charlie.
Several members of Congress and the Trump administration attended a Washington memorial Sunday for the 31-year-old conservative activist who was shot and killed during a college campus event in Utah last week.
He believed in family, in freedom, faith, and virtue, and patriotism.
And now planning is underway for a larger memorial at State Farm Stadium in Glendale, Arizona this upcoming Sunday. President Trump and other high-level administration officials are expected to attend, putting security under scrutiny during tense times.
What we're witnessing is the concept of an assassination culture, again, aligning to this normalization of violence.
Amid bipartisan lawmaker concerns about violence, Senate Republicans will be briefed on security by the U.S. Capitol Police and others on Tuesday. Meanwhile, in a highly unusual move, FBI Director Kash Patel revealed new details about the suspect in Kirk's killing in an interview with Fox News Monday.
The suspect wrote a note saying, I have the opportunity to take out Charlie Kirk, and I'm going to take it. That note was written before the shooting.
FBI officials and Justice Department prosecutors typically avoid sharing investigative details before prosecution, fearing it could jeopardize a case. The suspect, 22-year-old Tyler Robinson, is slated to appear in state court in Utah on Tuesday. In Washington, I'm Karen Caifa.
Thousands attended vigils to remember Charlie Kirk this weekend in all parts of the country. In our area, some vigils are being held tonight to remember Kirk. On social media today, Bowling Green State University's Turning Point USA organization says it will hold a vigil tonight to mourn the loss of its founder. It will go from 8 until 9 at the Clock Tower on campus at BGSU. In Michigan, Republicans are gathering at the state capitol right now to participate in a celebration of life for conservative activist Charlie Kirk. Now, the news of Kirk's assassination has largely dominated the conversation on social media. Some people who celebrated his death are now under scrutiny from conservative activists. Those activists have created online websites to hold accountable those behind the messages. One site is called Expose Charlie's Murderers. Organizers of that site say they want to out people who are calling for violence with the hope that some of them lose their jobs. The website claims it's received more than 63,000 submissions so far. We've already seen some actions taken in Ohio after controversial remarks have been posted online. In Toledo, fire stations across the city are on lockdown right now. That was after an employee allegedly wrote comments through his social media accounts, his personal accounts. This happened last week, and now Toledo Fire and Rescue Department has launched an internal investigation. A spokesperson for TFRD says it has not received a threat to any fire personnel, but after some of the online comments, the leadership decided to make the decision to go under lockdown just to be proactive and keep employees safe. Firefighters are still going out on emergency calls during this lockdown. However, each station is making sure its bay doors are closed. They're not allowing any visitors in unless it is an emergency. It's not clear how long this lockdown may last. Happening tonight, a school board member for Anthony Wayne is under fire. That's for a response to a Facebook post following the death of Charlie Kirk. Some in the community are calling for a resignation. The Anthony Wayne Board of Education set to hold a meeting tonight, 6 o'clock, at the high school auditorium. And we will be there listening to what community members have to say, also the response from the board. We'll have the latest tonight on Action News at 10 and 11 following the football game. As more reactions to Charlie Kirk's death come in, many are wondering how far companies and communities can go to take action against remarks made online. 13 Action News anchor Josh Krupp explains where First Amendment rights come into play.
This week, people in Ohio, Michigan, and across the country lost their jobs, were placed on leave, or are under investigation over posts or comments they made online after the murder of Charlie Kirk. School employees, elected officials, a cable news contributor, a PR staffer for an NFL team, and the Toledo Fire and Rescue Department is investigating a comment allegedly made by one of its members. Conservative activists have brought many of these comments to light, including media personality Laura Loomer, who wrote, "I will be spending my night making everyone I find online who celebrates his death famous. So prepare to have your whole future professional aspirations ruined if you're sick enough to celebrate his death."
He was an inspiration to a lot of college students for free speech, someone who believes in free speech.
The First Amendment is a cornerstone of American democracy. It's what gave someone like Charlie Kirk the freedom to share his opinions, and it gives someone else the freedom to disagree with his opinions.
Charlie had every right to be out there. It's his First Amendment rights, speaking to kids at a university, and his life is ended because of this. This isn't who we should be.
In this country, we have the First Amendment. We have freedom to speak what's on our mind and shouldn't get shot.
The First Amendment in the U.S. Constitution says Congress shall make no law abridging the freedom of speech. It means the government can't throw you in jail for being critical of someone like the president or your mayor. And it also only applies to the government, not to private businesses, not to social media platforms. That means sites like Facebook can block comments that don't abide by its guidelines. And it means employers can fire employees for saying something on those platforms that they feel crosses a line. The First Amendment protects you from the government censoring your speech or punishing you for it, but it doesn't make you immune to the personal or professional fallout of your words. And that's why it matters. Josh Krupp, 13 Action News.